Hello, everyone. Hope you guys were prepared for the big storm that's taken up 2/3 of our country, and so I hope the people who were prepared for the ice storm back down in the south, like Mississippi, Tennessee, I think parts of Louisiana, Arkansas, and the Carolinas and the Mid-Atlantic states are also getting iced in. We're hearing that the entire Nashville, Tennessee is without power at this point. Luckily, it'll probably think about how here, but in our area, we're getting a storm, but it's not going to be the power snapping storm that they're having to the south here. Needless to say, we're like take the afternoon if you're having days off of here, like shift it earlier in the day so you can get home before the heavy snow falls here. And so, yeah, it's a pretty big storm that we're dealing with here. All right, now it's going to be decided over here. I've invited a few more guests plus a regular villager to the VIP room. So it was at that point too where all 8 hotels were filled up, and then so therefore I invited a regular villager. It was Rowan. Rowan was also in Bergamby, where Frida lives. Rowan was roaming around the island, and he was actually at the Nook's Cranny shop when I was checking things out there. But I also did Wardell, Wendell, and a couple of other NPCs. Nope, they did not roam the island. So I think it cements my fact here that, the NPCs doesn't roam your island unlike the regular villagers do. And I think it's a big missed opportunity, and it's just a disappointment at this point, where I would like to, invite Joan over today, so she can meet with Daisy May, and interesting things would happen, like a unique dialogue, and say Daisy May also sell Joan in for Grandmother Inn while she was selling turnips. So this is not just disappointment. This is missed opportunities. So if you invite Pave over, like maybe a week or so before Festival, Pave will say, "Oh, I'm excited about the day, and it'll be the day when we're collecting feathers." And then if you invite Jingo over in July, Jingo would have, a unique dialogue and say, "Hey, it's Toy Day in July." Something that, it's these little things here. And maybe we can get the Toy Days to the villagers, and then Jingo say, "Oh, it's usually hot here, like this here." So Jingo could be in the hotel, and yeah, it could also unlock some new Toy Day items. So in December, it could be a better Toy Day thing here. So yep, Nintendo, I hope you I hope you put this feature in where you invite the VIP NCP over towards the VIP hotel, and they'll actually check the island out. And now let's go to other people's complaints here. There are other complaints that they want to shut off the tourists roaming the island. And I have to say it's a valid point. I mean, it can get somewhat crowded here. Some people want to have a dream island, and or even check which villagers that could come in to roaming around the island here. Even, they can turn on again a villager hunt. Like, when you go to, and when you go to a tour via, like, when you have an empty plot, you go to a tour at the airport, and a villager is on the tour island. Like, you go out a villager, use a Nook Miles ticket, you have a villager out there who wants to move in. They could do that if you have a empty room in your hotel. I don't think I checked that out yet, but it's something that Nintendo could look into and say, hey, you can go. Hey, we have a spot in the hotel. We don't have a spot for residents here, but we have a spot in the hotel. And that could be something over here. We would like to actually have some villagers in Captain's Island, since the Captain's Island tour, the random islands there, but like, be like a special village, special but regular resident villager. They could add some new ones, put it to unique in Captain's Islands here. So you can actually do a different kind of villager hut. Like you have two opportunities to have the kind of villager. One's the 1,000-mile Nook Miles tickets, and the second one costs 100 hotel tickets for the second one here. Yep, you can do that in 2 times right now when you're on the Captain's Island tour. So that is, like over here. Also, yeah, you can tune it down a villager, and how it would work is you go into resident services, talk to Isabel, and say, is there anything over here? Like, island services here. There should be an option where, should you ask the tourists to report to your hotel rooms, and everyone would go in the hotel rooms, except for maybe a villager who is just confused and says, I don't have a hotel room. Isabel would then, that villager would go into the residence services and say, I don't have a hotel room. Could you invite me in the hotel room? And says, yes. And even that, it would be giving you a choice between that and the VIP room. That is when you decorate the VIP and all that stuff like that here. Now, Slumber Islands. A lot of people were complaining about the Slumber Islands, and yeah, there's one area where I have to complain about this, is that you have to be online for your Slumber Islands here. And I think that Nintendo should make an offline option over here. So, in Slumber Islands here, you can, and like that. The second complaint I have is you can only place current and past residents on your Slumber Islands. You can't even do an amiibo. I'm like, what the hell? I mean, you can't even scan a regular villager amiibo, let alone an NPC amiibo. There. Like, imagine a Slumber Island where Phineas, or maybe I could just get around here with Phineas, or like this here. And you can't even, and also you can only have your own house there. You can't put Nook's Cranny, you can't put a museum, or anything like that here. So I hope that Nintendo, fixes that, I think, in the future update here. But I think Nintendo should first of all focus on the NPC villagers roaming the island. That could be the first phase of the fix-ups here. And then, well, that and, villager tourist control. And then it can fix the other things here. So, to be honest, I did Slumber Islands once here. I just put I looked at the biggest island that's, flat, and I could just put some, I put a little thing, I put a little, concert area, and maybe a cliff area with a water fountain over here, but And then I just went out there and they said, that's it. Nope, you can't select an amiibo, which sucks. You can't, not just, the NPC amiibos, but any amiibos. The only way you can put down is villagers that were living in your island before. Come on, Nintendo. I mean, it's Slumber Islands. I would like to say a dreamy villager, like, and even, an NPC villager. Like, yeah. So, these are my complaints that I have over here. Also, my complaint is the Switch 2. Is look on the Switch 2, it just clicks and displays the logo, and that's it. Come on, Nintendo. Give me Desert Island Escape, or Puzzle League, or maybe even Amiibo Festival. So I could just go into the game, select Amiibo Festival, on a board game like this. You select the things here. I mean, Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival should have just been like an add-on itself, not a full game like that here. And yeah, I mean, that game stunk. I mean, it just felt like a $10 game instead of a $60 thing here. But put that as a DLC. Maybe that could be a DLC, not even a DLC anyway, but, but at least you should have Desert Island Escape and Puzzle League. When you put on the click, and maybe a couple more mini games in this one here. And please, Nintendo, if I have a Nintendo Switch Online, and I bring up, and I click on one of the consoles over here, at least give us the full list of what the Nintendo Switch Online gives you. And yeah, I mean, of course, you have a Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack. Then they could add an N64 and GameCube and other like this here. But even that here, GameCube could have one game here. But at the way it is right now, the way you interact with the console, and they just give you that game here, I don't think the Switch Online is worth it at that point. So, yeah. This is me, JDL. I hope you guys were prepared for the storm. And this is my additional complaints that I have of the 3.0 update. I know it's a free things here, but these were some disappointments here. So, yeah.